the key thing is the Localism Act defined the Nolan Principles significantly in terms of standards of service in local government, but also in central government as well. It was a report produced by Lord Nolan for the government of the time, which set out 7 principles that everyone must abide by in local government and central government.
I've got them. Shall we read them?
Sure, yes, why not?
1. Selflessness. Holders of public office should act solely in terms of the public interest. 2. Integrity. Holders of public office must avoid placing themselves under any obligation to people or organisations that might try inappropriately to influence them in their work.
Let's just look at that again.
Yeah, this is the one that jumped out of me straight away when I read it. They
avoid placing themselves under any
under
obligation to people or organisations that might try inappropriately to influence them in their work. Well, who might they be? Who might those groups be?
Yeah.
Lobby groups?
Exactly.
Charities?
Yeah. Activists.
Business groups?
Yeah. Number 3, objectivity. Holders of public office must act and take decisions impartially, fairly and on merit, using the best evidence and without discrimination or bias. Now that was another one which I would clearly flag up. When they're making a lot of their decisions, it isn't on merit or using the best evidence available.
No, it's not entirely, and I've seen evidence to show that demonstrates that.
Number 4 is accountability. Holders of public office are accountable to the public of their decisions and actions and must submit themselves to the scrutiny necessary to ensure this. Can I ask you a very quick question, technical question? Holders of public office, does this include both elected representatives and employees?
It's defined in the Localism Act, yes.
Yeah. So the officers,
absolutely,
they're all holders of public office.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So there's no exemption to these.
No. The reason that Lord Nolan stated the wording in that way was to make sure it umbrella covered everybody. It's not just about elected representatives.
So holders of public office should act and take decisions in an open and transparent manner. Information should not be withheld from the public unless there are clear and lawful reasons for doing so. That's the
that comes
sensitive
down to
intellectual property and stuff like that.
Freedom of information issue that's been abused.
Yes. Honesty. Holders of public office should be truthful. Leadership. Holders of public office should exhibit these principles in their own behaviour and treat others with respect. They should actively promote and robustly support the principles and challenge poor behaviour wherever it occurs.
This is important. Through all my life, it's been about senior officers observing behaviours and checking with those who are not following due process. Senior officers are responsible for that. There shouldn't be bias that comes from monitoring officers or leaders of the council, and specifically in checking members' behaviour. You know, without good leadership, things start to fall apart. Now, I get there is a democracy and freedom of speech and all that kind of thing, but sometimes you will have, and we've seen examples of it, extremes, well, sometimes not even extremes, sometimes just arrogance or ignorance or obnoxiousness being delivered by your elected members, where they feel the only way is to be aggressive towards others. And yet they have the audacity to say, when people challenge them on it, that they are being bullied or harassed or threatened. And yet they're the ones who provoke and encourage the kind of negative conversation and dissent. You need to keep your behaviour in check in public service, in public office. By all means, have your say, but say it and choose your words well, and choose them wisely. Educate yourself and understand what the pros and cons are before you start ranting about what you think people should put up with or not. Because all you're going to do is rub everybody up the wrong way, you know? And then everyone wonders, well, why has this happened? Oh, geez. Well, you know what? You set the fire alight. Who's got the, water to put it out with? But